there's still a lot of SEOs I speak to, and when I'm in training sessions and everything, who are very much still in the SEO checklist mindset.
Yes.
It's kind of, but I'm trying to, move them on. It's not, it's not like that. Every single business and every single customer, it's all different and like understanding, but how can we move as an industry, over to this? It's not even a new world, it's just like the same. And it's just Google's just getting better at understanding what's happening a lot more now. But from an industry perspective, it's just easier for them to say, well, I can do X, Y, Z over and over and it'll work. But you
Yeah.
know,
I mean, so I think that there's always room for checklists. Checklists are especially great for junior employees at a big agency where there's not someone who's got kind of the breadth of knowledge to be doing the big thinking and sitting with all of the juniors, right? So checklists are great for limiting errors, for instance, on a website, like limiting potential technical errors and saying, okay, do we have a canonical tag? Do we have schema? That's all great. And that stuff does help. But if you want to take it, the thing is, if everyone in your industry is doing all that stuff right, then what's going to differentiate you from them? And you've got to assume that over time, the table stakes are going to change, and it's not just having a good title tag and an H1 tag that's going to win the day anymore. Everyone's leveling up. Google is, and so is everyone else. And so, the checklists have their place, and basic SEO and technical SEO checklists definitely are still valuable, but you've got to realize that that is a lot of the things that can be expressed in a checklist are the bare minimum, and they're getting you from position 50 to position 20, not to position 1, and even still, if you're in position 1, I tend to believe like position 1 isn't a guarantee of anything either, because it still could be halfway down the page. And so being realistic and actually looking at a real search result and going, oh, like position 1 is way down there where position 7 used to be. What's all this stuff? And how can we have some kind of representation here? And that might mean that as SEOs, we say, hey, like, this query has lots of paid ads, and it always does, and they're always really good, and they all have ad extensions with calls and maps and apps and all this other stuff, and the likelihood of someone getting past all those ads and past this people also ask and the knowledge graph and all that pretty low. Like let's say there's a knowledge graph and it's always there, which is not the case. Sometimes knowledge graphs come and go. Let's say it's always there. The likelihood of seeing your position 1 ranking below knowledge graph, not as good as seeing a paid that's above it.